Hi, this is Marty from Blue Lightning TV. I'm going to show you how to create a powerful face paint portrait effect. Before we begin, if you want to know as soon as I upload new Photoshop tutorials, mash that subscribe button and please remember to click like. I provided all the brushes I used in this video. Their links are in the video's description or project files. There's a set of explosion brushes, a set of oil paint brushes, and one acrylic paintbrush. Open a high-resolution close-up of a face that you'd like to use for this project. I downloaded this one from Shutterstock. The first step is to crop our photo to the size and resolution we want our final image to be. To do this, open your crop tool and click the Clear button to clear the width, height, and resolution. We'll make our image 150 for its pixels per inch. For its width, I'll type in 2000 pixels. However, feel free to type in any amount you like. Keep its height empty. Once we're done cropping our photo, it'll automatically fill the height with a number. If we want to angle our photo, go to a corner and rotate it. To reposition it, go inside the bounding box and drag it. To raise or lower the top and bottom, go to the middle anchor point and drag it up or down. Make sure Delete Crop Pixels is checked. This will prevent our file size from being larger than it has to be. Press Enter or Return twice, or click the check mark at the top. Next, we'll separate our subject from its background. If you're using CC 2020 or later, unlock the background and open the Properties panel. If you don't see it, go to Window and Properties. Scroll down and click Remove Background. Photoshop automatically creates a layer mask of our subject, which masks out the background. Remember, in layer masks, white reveals and black conceals. If you're using CC 2018 or 2019, open your Quick Selection tool and click Select Subject. Photoshop analyzes the photo and creates a selection of the subject's shape. To check the selection, press Q to see it as a quick mask. Convert it back into a selection by pressing Q again. Click the Layer Mask icon to make a layer mask of the selection next to the photo. In versions earlier than CC 2018, drag the Quick Selection tool over your subject to select it and make a layer mask of it. Click the Adjustment Layer icon and click Black and White. This removes the color from our photo. We'll convert our visible image into a smart object so we can modify it non-destructively. To do this, shift-click your subject's layer to make it active as well, and click the icon at the upper right. Click Convert to Smart Object. Create a new layer below it by Control or Command-clicking the new layer icon. We'll fill it with black, but before we do, check your foreground and background colors. If they aren't black and white, press D on your keyboard. Since black is our foreground color, press Alt or Option plus Delete. Make your subject active and go to Filter and Filter Gallery. Open the Artistic folder and click Film Grain. Make the grain 0, the highlight area 0, and the intensity 1. This increases our image's midtones and highlights. At the bottom, click the plus icon to add a new filter. Click the Dry Brush filter. Make the brush size 2, the brush detail 10, and the texture 3. The next steps will be to add layers of brush strokes in different blend modes that add color to our subject. Make a new layer and change its blend mode to Darken. This blend mode essentially adds color to all the tones of our image that aren't black. Open your brush tool and brush picker. Click the acrylic paintbrush I provided. You won't find it inside a folder as you see here because the only brush we'll be using in this folder is this one. After you click the brush, press Enter or Return. At the top, make sure its opacity and flow are 100% and its smoothing is 0. To adjust the size of your brush, make sure the caps lock key is off and press the left or right bracket key on your keyboard. I'll make its size 700 pixels for now. Press the F5 key at the top of your keyboard to open the Brush Settings panel. You could also go to Window and Brush Settings. Click off all the settings that have a check mark and close the panel. Click the foreground color to open the color picker and pick a color. To rotate your brush to a different angle, press the right or left arrow key on your keyboard. Brush over areas of your subject where you'd like to see that color. Click the foreground color again and pick another color. As before, brush over an area of your subject where you'd like to see this color. Continue picking colors and feel free to adjust the size and/or angle of your brush. If you want to remove some of the color, open the Eraser tool and brush over the areas of the color you want to erase. Open back your Brush tool and continue to add as many colors as you want. Feel free to reduce the color's opacity and overlap existing colors. Open back your list of brush sets, and this time, open the explosion brushes I provided. I'll click the first one, but feel free to use any of them. Increase its opacity to 100% and invert the colors so white is your foreground color. To do this, press X on your keyboard, or you can click this icon. Click once on a few areas of your image that are outside the main areas of the face. Notice that this blend mode makes white on our brush remove the colors wherever it lands on the colors. Make a new layer and make its blend mode soft light. This basically darkens or lightens the colors. If the color is lighter than 50% gray, the image is lightened. Conversely, if the color is darker than 50% gray, the image is darkened. Open back the brush picker, close the Explosion Brushes folder, and open the Oil Paint brushes. I'll pick this one, but pick any of them you like. Click the foreground color and pick a color. Reduce its size and click on your image. Add as many colors as you like. Make a new layer and change its blend mode to linear burn. Keep in mind, you can change any of the blend modes at any time since each one is on a separate layer. Changing their blend modes can greatly affect how the colors interact with each other. Make a new layer and change its blend mode to overlay. The overlay blend mode preserves the highlights and shadows of the base color. It mixes with the blend color, which is the color on our brush, to reflect the lightness or darkness of the original base color. Close the Oil Paint Brushes folder and open back the Explosion brushes. Click an explosion brush, pick a color for it, and click on your subject. Make a new layer and change its blend mode to subtract. This subtracts the color on our brush from the color already on our subject. This results in an opposite color effect. We'll convert our visible image into a smart object so we can add another filter to it that'll affect our entire image non-destructively. Shift-click the black background to make all the layers active and convert them all into one smart object. Go to Filter and Filter Gallery. In the Artistic folder, click Cutout. Hide the film grain filter we added earlier. The number of levels is 8, the edge simplicity is 1, and the edge fidelity is 1. Next, we'll add a shadow to one side of the face. Make a new layer and open the brush picker. Close the Explosion Brush folder and open the acrylic brush. Press the F5 key again and uncheck all the settings. Make the brush's opacity anywhere between 35 to 40%. Adjust the size of your brush and brush over the side of the face, gradually building up its shadow. This is Marty from Blue Lightning TV. Thanks for watching.